So welcome back to Uninvited, and now we're gonna finish things because we have the final key we're gonna need. So what we gotta do is make our way back to the Magisterium and just get going from there. We do have the second key, which is gonna be needed to open this hatch. And what we can do is just work with what we got here. And we are approaching the end of the game, so I am only gonna show off, I think, a couple more deaths, but I think this part should go by pretty quickly. So let's see, we're in a new area here, and what you can do is that you can actually go over here, and then you see the spider from before. So fortunately, we got a spell to deal with this guy. So let's just go ahead and Stellini him out. And just in case you want a shortcut to go to okay, that's odd. But yeah, just in case you wanted a shortcut, you can work with that. Okay, I'll take two. Let's just go ahead and... I keep forgetting this is an NES game and they're only programmed to do one specific thing. But yeah, I mean, that's just, you know, the whole thing about being an NES game. But either way, we don't need to show that off again. So let's just go ahead and make our way this way. I also do like how descriptive the words are in this game, or I mean this specific part, or in this part, where Draken's master ends up showing up. So then all that happened was that Draken did end up defeating him, but the master did end up sealing Draken in this ice cave. And we did get a clue earlier that says that the star burns in ice, but also freezes in fire, so all we gotta do is use this thing, and then just melt the ice with it. And now that we got that going, Draken's gonna be right there, and also... well, the master shows up again, which is nice. So now that we're here with Draken, this is very time sensitive, so if you don't throw him into the pit soon enough, he is gonna wake up and kill you. So let's just go ahead and take care of that. And by the way, that's a bottomless pit, so don't go jumping in there. So let's see, now that's done with, let's just go ahead and use the key to get out of here. And I am looking forward to wrapping up this Halloween special, and, you know, hopefully you guys did enjoy watching this. But now we still have one more little thing to deal with, and that's finding our sister. But fortunately, there isn't really any other major threat here, so let's just go ahead and get going here. We do have to get upstairs in order to do so. And it turns out she's pretty close by, and it turns out she's above Draken's room. So what we gotta do is just go in here. Actually, I want to save first. Yeah, because once we end up entering that bathroom, we cannot save until the, or at all. And that's why the door slams shut behind you, and that is kind of the game's way of saying, that we're not gonna let you progress any further if you don't have the right stuff. Now, this is a little bit too high. We do have to get this hatch open, but we are gonna have to use some problem solving, and by that, of course, we're gonna have to use the principles of buoyancy here. So let's just go ahead and float with the water. And you do have to do this a few more times in order to get the water to fill up. So I mean, this part really isn't too tough. Although I like this, you didn't bring your rubber duck. Let's see, I think we gotta do this one more time. Yeah, you do have to keep opening, or trying to open it. Otherwise, you do end up drowning if you're not careful. But yeah, it turns out we found her, but we got our problems here. So let's just go ahead and take a look at her. And yeah, it turns out that she is not herself, so like a good brother, we gotta give her a good hard slap in the face. And then turns out this guy comes out. Although I do like this climax. I mean, you do have to deal with one more thing. And I am going to show off this death, but then I'm going to edit out the backtracking. And really because this is the kind of death that, you know, ends up making you feel like you really messed up, and it is a kind of death that just leaves you with a sense of dread. And basically what happened was that demon ended up possessing us. Although I do like that little rendition of death on the right side. Although I don't really know why the blue creature and the abstract creature were there. And yeah, that's a really shitty way to go out. So I'm just going to edit out here, and then I'll just see you back there. But then it turns out what happens is that your sister does end up escaping. So at least you ended up saving her. So one more thing we gotta do, and that's we gotta use the holy water. So just one more thing left to say. And that is, cheers. Or drink this according to the character. I like cheers better. If I had to kill something with holy water, that's definitely what I would say. But now that that's done with, all we gotta do is get out the window and we're done with the game. And then it turns out that everything's all fine and good. Yeah, which is kind of surprising considering how long we were in that house, that it is so bright and warm and I guess mild weather. So then of course you get this dialogue between you two. Although I do like that you do end up defeating Draken and end up sparing the world a pretty nasty fate with Draken. And then nobody has to know about that. Although, one little problem, what the hell's gonna happen when you have no car? But yeah, that was Uninvited, and personal thoughts on the game. I do like the Mac version a little bit better. I mean, it does do a better job with, I guess, the atmosphere. I mean, even though there is no music in that game, they do a really good job with the horror element, and I mean, that game is a little bit more hardcore than this one is, of course. But I was also told in the comments that this was actually the last one ported over to the NES, and it was kind of rushed. And some of the things that do happen in this game actually do make that kind of warranted. But I mean, this is probably my least favorite out of the NES games that were ported from the Icon trilogy, and you know, overall, I actually do like the or the Mac version of this game. And I still do like this game. I just didn't like it as much as Deja Vu or Shadowgate. But yeah, those are my final thoughts on the game, and hope you guys enjoyed this Halloween Let's Play. I am going to get to recording the Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak pretty soon. And that is going to be my next LP. So yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon at the next one.